Good afternoon. Today I will be discussing the Johnson versus McIntosh case, decided by Chief Justice John Marshall. So, these are the case details and facts. Case name is Johnson versus McIntosh. This reached the United States Supreme Court on February 18th, 1823. This case was argued from February 18th till February 28th, 1823 when it was decided. Thomas Johnson is the plaintiff, while William McIntosh is the defendant. And obviously, Chief Justice John Marshall was the one who decided this controversy. Main point of emphasis was to determine the legal rights to land ownership between Native Americans and European settlers in the United States. And top right is William McIntosh, a non-Native American purchaser. He believed that Native Americans only had partial occupancy to their land and not outright ownership. So the backdrop of this and how did this become a thing? This dispute centered around land that was once inhabited by Native American tribes. So Native American tribes that were settled here were basically a problem to European colonists who wanted to purchase the land because there was already native settlers on there. This case arose against the backdrop of the doctrine of discovery. That is basically a legal principle that originated from European colonial powers and asserted their rights to claim sovereignty and property rights over newly discovered lands. So basically, European colonists who found land basically had the right to purchase that land. So the problem was Thomas Johnson and William McIntosh both received land titles for the same piece of Native American land. So both pieces of land that were settled on by natives, they had both received land titles for it. That was the main issue. And who actually owned the land was the biggest concern, because natives did not officially own that land. Even though that they were settled onto it, they didn't have the right to claim or own that land. The significance for this case established a standard for how Native American land rights are treated in law. Since the natives did not officially own the land and could not sell it, it sparked a controversy between native and non-native purchasers. Tribes had settled down but did not have rights to own the land, so natives settled down on that land, did not really have rights to own the land until European colonists took over, aka William McIntosh. This is what brought this case to arouse. This case decision, it reached courts, and Chief Justice John Marshall delivered the opinion that the court ruled in favor of William McIntosh, the non-Native American purchaser. And you can basically see that in the bottom right picture, natives were unhappy with the ruling because they feel as if their land is being stripped from them. When they settled onto that land, they felt the right that they owned that land and that it couldn't be taken away from them. The principle of the doctrine of discovery in U.S. law states that American tribes only possessed a right of occupancy to their lands, but not full ownership, and that European nations such as William McIntosh, who a part of his European colony that he was a part of, they could acquire title to these lands upon discovery. So even though Native Americans were already settled there upon discovery, between European nations, they basically had the right to acquire these lands and to purchase them outright from Native Americans. So the main problem was Native Americans felt that it was basically not right of them being stripped from their land because of them being settled there. But the courts ruled that the doctrine of discovery states that European colonies can purchase lands regardless. So that's this case. I hope you learned something. Thank you for listening.